Welcome into Ask Gwen, everyone. Today I have Jeff with me, and I'm going to let Mr. Jeff take it away and explain more of his story. So, welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate being here.
And, Jeff, could you please explain to my audience more about what you do?
Yes. Well, I'm Jeff Marconette Jr., the award winning international Make Every Second Count speaker and author of Make Every Second Count, a 1,500-hour journal that is designed for students 11 through 19 years of age. And it's all about helping them gain perspective on life, how to use gratitude in life, and developing long term or long range goals in life. So I am pretty proud of that, but I am also a school speaker and an international speaker, and I've been down to Guyana. I've spoken in Kenya. I've spoken in Nigeria, and I just enjoy telling people my story and helping them gain joy in life.
Well, how cool is that? And what made you do this journal? What made you do this every second count movement?
Well, I think my experience through my car wreck was a big part of why I decided to write the movement, why I decided to start the movement. And you see, when I was 17 years old, I was involved in a serious car accident, and I was hit by a semi at a red light.
Oh,
And I was automatically in the hospital and left in a coma for 2.5 months. I spent three and a half in the hospital, and I had a broken neck, a fractured jaw, two fractured ribs, a punctured lung, and a ruptured spleen. Now, if you know anything about injuries, the ruptured spleen, the punctured lung, and the broken neck can all kill you by themselves. And I had all three of them at one time, and it wasn't cool.
no,
And
it
I,
wasn't
I,
cool.
I spent 2.5 months in a coma from a traumatic brain injury, and that has really affected me, and that makes me talk a little slow, walk a little funky, and
Yes. The TBI
I
could make you funky. I myself have a TBI. So I my main diagnosis is cerebral palsy. My second diagnosis, soon to be, is asthma, but I have a TBI as well because cerebral palsy is a lack of oxygen injury at birth. For those of you that don't know it, but TBIs can do a little funky dance with you.
yeah, and that's what makes it difficult to do normal things in life a lot of times, and it has challenged me a lot in my journey of 19 years in physical therapy.
19 years in physical therapy.
Correct.
Wow. You're one strong dude, Jeff, because 19 years. Jeez.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Um, well, so Jeff, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book. Well, I don't usually read books. I have to say, I'm not a person to sit down and read a book.
Okay.
But actually, I have read a few, and the compound effect is very good, and that's by Darren Hardy.
Yeah.
And he talks about how to do things in small increments to add up to big change over time. It's pretty darn cool.
Okay. So do you when you do read and putting this on air quotes, do you listen to audio?
Yes, I
Okay.
have listened to books on audio, and the one that I like a lot in audio format is Today is the Day by Dr. Obama Bowen.
Okay.
And that one is great because it teaches you how you look at things instead of how you should look at things. It just it's eye opening.
Well, today's the day is a great book, you guys. And go scoot and find Today's the Day by Jeremy Hardy, The Compound Effects. Go scoot and find that. Scoot after you listen to this. And yeah, walk over to
Scoot
Audible, you guys.
scoot.
Yes, scoot, and walk over to Audible or walk over to Apple Books and go find that, you guys, after you listen to Jeff. And so, Jeff, what if your BFF best friend had to write a book about you? What would the title be?
You know, I really don't know this. I read this in your pre-interview questions, and I thought about it, and I would guess just the fact that I'm extremely determined, and that I have been in physical therapy for 19 years now, and there there have been times in my life, like when I got to the wheelchair, when I got to walking with a walker, to walking with a cane, to walking with absolutely nothing, that people told me I could quit at those stages, that people lived all the time at those stages and they were happy. And I've told them that I'm not stopping, because there's more I want to accomplish. There's more that I know I can accomplish, and there's more I see for myself in my future. So I'm guessing something along the lines of determination or drive or something of that sort.
So you're guessing that determination and drive would be the title of your book.
Yes.
Well, I love it. And how about live every minute, determination and drive? How about um incorporating your movement into your book, live every minute?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, if you had to move and only take 5 things, what would they be?
Uh, you know, I also had problems with this question because I asked a lot of people, and they all came up with different answers, but most of them tried to do it in a way like where it's all a perception.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you're going for what you
Yeah.
take,
Yes.
or
Yes.
it's just weird. I don't know what I would personally take
Yeah.
to anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, well, you might have to think about that and then get back to me. We might have to do a second interview because your story is so motivating, and your story, people can agree, people can relate and agree to your story. Now, what is your morning routine?
My morning routine starts with just waking up, and then even before I get out of bed, I post on Facebook. Now, I know you're not supposed to check your
Ah,
Facebook first thing
no,
in the morning, but I don't check anything. I don't read any news articles. I don't read anything that's posted on my timeline. I just post one thing for myself, and I post that I am so thankful to be given today, and I will make it a great day. Now, when I am doing that, I am expressing my gratitude, because gratitude is a big part of what I do, a big part of joy in your heart. And then I am also setting an intention on my day and telling everybody and everything in the universe that I'm not going to let anything outside of me affect my day. My day is going to be great, going to be phenomenal, and I'm just going to refuse all everything external, and it's not going to affect my joy.
no. And I love your attitude. People know that a pity party drives me and others with disabilities nuts, nuts. And it's like, oh, am I doing this? Am I doing that? And I'm like, don't be upset about it either. Just be joy that you're able to walk and talk and function.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't like the word disability, and I'm not calling you out for saying it or anything. I'm just saying for myself, I don't like that word, and I generally say different abilities.
Different abilities. Well,
Yes.
different abilities. Here we come. What I say is I'm trapped with a able-bodied brain, and I am trapped in a physically disabled body.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
off,
agree.
because yeah, I am trapped with a able-bodied brain in a physically disabled body, and that's that. And we'll leave it at that. So as we wrap this interview up, do you have any questions for me?
You know, what are three things you are thankful for today?
Oh boy. Um. Well, one um one is a huge announcement that I'm making tomorrow. Tomorrow, today's the 19th, so November 20th, I will be making a huge announcement on my podcast, and I'm very, very, very grateful that I have the support and have the means to do this announcement, because it won't it will probably shock some people, but it won't shock others. And I can't wait to see what my fan base says. They know it's coming. And so
Awesome.
I am very grateful that I have the means to do this announcement. And when I say do, we're doing it big. And so I am very grateful. I'm also very grateful that I was able to do meet with my counselor as long as I have, and I am a big believer in counseling. I'm also very grateful. Speaking of physical therapy, I'm also very grateful that I'm back at physical therapy, and I'm also very grateful through my network because of me telling the physical therapist about my announcement, um, that they are going to help me find another physical therapist. And so, yeah, I'm just very grateful. And I'm also very grateful that I don't have COVID, and that's all good on that. So I'm very grateful. And eventually I will get a diagnosis of asthma. And then I will be on my merry way. So that's what I'm very grateful for.
Well, that's amazing. That was more than three things,
Ah,
and that's great. I mean, those things should be celebrated though. So when you do anything like a gratitude journal or a gratitude post on Facebook or anything of that nature?
no, I don't, but I should. I know I should. I know I should. And you guys, after when I get to, let's say, when I get to where I'm going to start being doing gratitude posts on Facebook, because Jeff, you inspired me to do gratitude posts on Facebook, because um, we all have to be thankful. Those those of us with disabilities all have to be thankful that we don't have COVID right now and don't have what's going on right now. I mean, things could be a lot worse for people with disabilities.
Yes, exactly. And I want people to know that they can honestly, I know it's said a lot that people can be living their best life. Their best life exists up here.
Yeah.
But it's really so true. And it has taken me a while and a lot of hard work to get to where I am up here mentally, and just to be able to always have a smile on my face and do all kinds of things. Now, people think because I have a smile on my face, because I always tell them that I am having a great day, that I've had it easy, that my life was filled with easiness and good times, and that's not true. I haven't had it easy. I have struggled through a lot of times in my life, and I just want people out there to know that, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's not impossible, because impossible only means I am possible.
Yep. Yep. And Jeff, where can people find you, and where can people get a hold of you if they choose to do so?
Well, thank you for asking that, Win. So, first of all, I have to say I absolutely love your name. I just find
Yes.
that to be phenomenal.
Yes.
And they can actually find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and on YouTube as Jeff Marconette Jr. That is JeffMarcoNette. Junior is JR. And then I also have a website, which is www.jeffmarconettejr.com. And then you can also go to my website and download the first 7 days of my journal, my 1,500-hour journal, for absolutely free. And I know that your listeners and everybody out there can benefit from using this journal. So I find it to be amazing.
Well, thank you, Jeff. And um, everyone, as we record this November 19th, 2020, be on the lookout for a special, huge announcement. As I said, um, huge announcement. And on November 20th, we're recording it on November. We, Danielle and I, are recording it on November 20th, and we're going to make it huge. There might be a question asked of me that I there might be a question asked of me via Danielle that I've been asking you guys, but I will see. But on November 20th, huge announcement time, and you guys are going to be shocked. And so that Blaine Bowen, yeah, basically Blaine Bowen, yeah. And because you guys thought one thing, and now it's turned into twofold. And I've been taking it up to the next level, go big and go home. And really, I mean that, no pun intended. And so I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening and supporting and um, making sure that I'm okay and I'm okay. But there is a huge announcement that I've been working on for a week, and now it's time to let the cat out of the bag and see where this announcement takes me. But I thank you, Jeff, for coming on and sharing your story, and I thank everyone for listening. Thanks, see you guys. Bye, you guys.